Alright, what is going on, guys? So this time of year it is really tough to find time to fish, only because the sun sets so early and I got stuff going on during the day. So it is about 4 o'clock now. Sunset is a little bit before 5:30, so roughly an hour and a half to fish. Going to be going with the trusty Nikko Hellgrammite here. It's on a 1/8 ounce jig head with a size 1 hook. This is the Galaxy color, so it's black with some really nice blue flake. I don't know if this is the fish's favorite color, but it's definitely my favorite color. I think it's the best looking color pattern that Nikko makes. It's just really nice. So yeah, we're going to throw this thing around. I was here a few days ago with throwing around the same lure, hooked into a really nice largemouth that unfortunately I lost as it surfaced, shook its head and spit the hook. I don't know if I set the hook well enough or what it was. So let me show you that video clip right now. Got him. Feels like a good one. Oh, that was a tank. That was an absolute tank. 4-pounder or so. I don't know what I messed up on. I thought I set the hook well. Apparently not. Alright, so let's throw this thing around this lake and let's try to get into a nice largemouth or a nice peacock. Maybe we'll find that one that I lost a few days ago. So let's give it a shot. Alrighty, so there is our lure, the super trusty Nikko Hellgrammite. This thing has never let me down, so we'll cast that out. We'll let it sink toward the bottom, and then I usually just like to slowly swim this lure back and twitch the rod tip a little bit, pop it up off of the bottom, and the fish usually respond to this thing pretty well. Got him. Not a big one, but not that small either. Actually, he is kind of small. Little largemouth. Alright, so I gotta be honest, I thought this guy was a little bit bigger when I hooked up with him. Felt a little bit more weight on him. What is that under his chin? I do not know. Anyway, first largemouth of the day on, I don't know, maybe our 4th or 5th cast. So hopefully a good sign of things to come here. Got him. Little one again. Actually, is it bigger? He's pulling a little bit better. Might be a little bit of a bigger largemouth. Alright, so I think you'd call this slightly bigger. Couple inches longer, couple ounces heavier. Decent fish, but I wouldn't call this a big fish. But anyway, let's get it back. Got him. Ooh, this one feels better. Oh, it's a peacock. That's why. That bird's trying to go after it. Nice fish. Let's see if I can pull him on up here. These guys fight a little bit better than the largemouths do. Come on up here. So this guy might be slightly bigger than that last largemouth we caught, but he put up a way better fight. So peacocks, they don't get as big as largemouths. I think the world record peacock's only about 9 pounds, with their largemouth's 22. But size for size, I think peacocks definitely do fight a little bit better. Alrighty, so here we are in the spot that I lost that big largemouth in a couple days ago. And usually I can get at least one bite here. Like that. Wow. First cast in the new spot. Not a big one. Definitely not the fish I lost here a few days ago. But it is a largemouth. Alright, so I mean, it's on the smaller side, probably close to the size of that second largemouth we caught, but definitely not the fish I lost here a couple days ago, that is for sure. But yeah, we'll let this one go. No big fish today, but the action is okay. Right, so like I was saying, this spot I can usually get at least one bite, usually get at least one fish, and sometimes multiple. So I think what happens is there's a very, very nice gradual kind of slope down drop off over here, and over on the left is very weedy, and then over on the right becomes very, very shallow very, very quickly for a large portion of the lake. So I think just that massive structural change here where it's not as weedy, and then also the change where it goes from like a nice steady drop off to some super, super shallow ground over on the right. I think that just attracts a lot of fish to this one spot. And I mean, we lost a big one here a couple days ago. I just caught one here on my first cast. So there are usually some largemouths and peacocks stacked over here. There we go. Another one. This is smallest of the day, but another largemouth on the bank. Yeah, so definitely a little guy. I think it's the smallest of the day, maybe tied for the smallest, but another largemouth on the bank. So still counts. We'll get it back. Maybe we'll get one more here. That's not a fish. Snagged on something. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to get my lure back, which would be a disappointment because I've had this exact soft plastic now for months. Yep. Alright, lure's gone. Sun is almost setting, so I think we are going to call it on that. All right, so that is going to do it. I really want to talk about a couple things. Number one, the soft plastic. So Nikko Hellgrammite and Nikko soft plastics really in general. I love them. They work amazing, and I think that there's two real big positives about it. Number one is they catch fish. For me, they produce better than any other soft plastics I've tried for largemouths and peacocks, but I guess that's kind of debatable. Maybe other people have other experiences. Maybe there's other soft plastics that work better, so I'm not going to get into that. But number two, they are absolutely more durable, and you will catch more fish on less soft plastics. I don't think that is debatable. That lure that I just lost, I've had it for 3 months, the same soft plastic on the same jig head. I really should go back and count, but I've caught a couple dozen fish on that exact same soft plastic lure, and I've never had to replace one because it gets torn up. I always end up having to replace them because something like that happens. I snag it, I break it off, or a fish breaks me off. And I've tried other soft plastics, and I mean, they work, they catch fish. I don't know if they catch fish better than the Nikko products, but sometimes even after just 1 or 2 fish, it's all torn up and you've got to replace it. So the Nikko products are a little bit more expensive, but you get your money's worth, because if you do not snag them and break them off, they just do not break. They're going to last forever. And then number 2, pretty good action today for largemouths, I think, in a peacock. So in an hour and 10 minutes, that is not bad. And I kind of noticed this time of year, the action picks up a little bit. So obviously in the spring when these fish are spawning, the action is pretty good. But then in the summer and the fall, it doesn't, kind of slows down, isn't too hot. And then again, in the kind of the early winter, I noticed that the fishing picks up. I don't know if the cooler weather brings these bigger and more fish closer to shore, but this time of year the fishing is also really, really nice. So no monsters today, but still a good time. So I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.